Once upon a time, there was an old farmer who had worked his crops for many years. One day, his horse ran away. Hearing the news, his neighbors came to visit. Such a bad luck, they said sympathetically. Maybe, the farmer replied. The next morning, the horse returned, bringing with it 3 other wild horses. How wonderful, the neighbors exclaimed. Maybe, replied the old man. The following day, his son tried to ride on one of the untamed horses, was thrown and broke his leg. The neighbors again came to offer their sympathy on his misfortune. Maybe, answered the farmer. The day after, military officials came to the village to draft young men into the army. Saying that the son's leg was broken, they passed him by. The neighbors congratulated the farmer on how well things had turned out. Maybe, said the farmer. The farmer understands the true nature of life, that you can't judge an event as an end in a way. He is practicing non-judgment. Our life doesn't play out like a work of fiction. There aren't definite breaks that separate one moment versus another. And there isn't a perfectly formulated end which everything builds to. Unhappiness arises from expectations, because we always expect for good in our own understanding. Remember, there is always tomorrow. And whether the day was good or bad, there are a million effects which can arise from one event. Good and bad are interconnected. They are, in fact, 2 sides of the same coin. If things seem perfect, they aren't. If it seems like it's Armageddon in your corner of the world, it's not. Things can change in an instant at all times, and they will at some point or another. This doesn't mean that we be happy. On the contrary, it means that we need to realize this truth and live in a way that we are constantly aware of it in order to find peace and happiness. For now, just think on it. Observe your life through the lens of this infinitely co-arising universe. This act in itself can bring you a great sense of peace. You will be able to understand the true nature of life, that you can't judge any event as an end in a way. You will be able to practice non-judgment, and surely your expectations will succeed, and you will feel peace within yourself.